For our Plants and Climate Change Education Project, the U.S. Botanic Garden in Washington, D.C. created our Cocktails and Conversations program. This was an evening discussion series designed to bridge science and practice by engaging D.C. area residents with plant-relevant climate change research and its on-the-ground applications in our city. We put together panels of local experts who were working at the intersection of plants and climate change. Each discussion included researchers as well as community organizations doing related on-the-ground work. The program topics included the role of local wetlands in the face of climate change, the connections between DC's urban trees and climate change, and climate resilience in our urban environment. There were a few features of this model that were especially important to us. One was the local focus, offering an opportunity for our audience to make connections to the plant world surrounding them here in Washington, D.C. The second was including both research and practice. Researcher panelists communicated current plant science in an accessible way. Community organizations provided concrete examples of how this research translated to practical climate change solutions in our city. Finally, it was important for us to set a hopeful tone, especially for a topic that can sometimes induce anxiety. This meant highlighting work being done to better understand and address climate change locally and showing how the public can access opportunities to learn more and become involved. We intentionally encouraged connection and inspiration. We invited attendees to explore the conservatory before and after the panel. We worked with local chefs to provide plant-based food and beverages that connected to our program themes. The panel discussion included audience Q&A, and the panelists also stayed after to mingle and talk with attendees. Finally, being in the conservatory at night provided a special opportunity. Attendees were able to enjoy being among our beautiful collections and got to know the U.S. Botanic Garden as a place to expand their appreciation of the plant world. The advice we'd give other gardens looking to adapt the Cocktails and Conversations model is to 1, keep it local so folks can find ways to learn about and support their own city. 2, providing food and special evening access to the garden was a huge draw. 3, logistical challenges grow exponentially. The more people you bring into a program series, the more challenges you must navigate. Keep it simple as you're starting out. 4, dynamic and knowledgeable speakers will generate a fascinating discussion. Pick good people and don't get too hung up on what the ideal panel would look like. 5, bring in collaborators with expertise in event planning to find the best program setup for your garden. Plan to iterate on details like seating, audio-visual systems, and the check-in process. Try a few different approaches and take time to debrief with your team as you figure out what works best for you. Having piloted Cocktails and Conversations, we think there's value in connecting public garden audiences with local climate change topics through the lens of plants. We hope our model might inspire other gardens to create ways for people to engage with climate change research and practice in their communities.